Hello, welcome to Wednesday's functional fitness class. I started calling this a functional fitness class to differentiate it from the Monday class, which is a strength class. Now, I'm not going to talk about sarcopenia because you all know, or you should know by now if you've been watching me, about sarcopenia and muscle wastage as we get older. But I want to talk about the purpose of these classes because they are two very distinct classes. So this class is, I suppose it is an easier class insofar as the exercises are still as challenging as you want them to be, but they do have the possibility of being able to do them if you can't stand, if your mobility is not very good, you can use the chair. So these ones you can do more at your own pace, although the other ones you can as well, but these you can adapt them slightly more easily if you're not very fit or if you haven't been doing exercise for quite a long time. And they concentrate on exercises that will be useful in day-to-day life. It's called helping with ADL, activities for daily living. Everything has a TLA, a three-letter abbreviation, doesn't it? But these classes aim to help you generally with your day-to-day activities. So, for example, I don't always make the connection when we're doing the exercises. I do for the squat quite a lot because it's really important to have strong legs and strong bum muscles. Your glutes, you've got three glutes: gluteus maximus, medius, and minimus. And those Latin scholars amongst you will be, no, it's big, middle, and little. Mummy bear, baby bear, little bear behind. So your gluteus maximus, or maximi, are the biggest muscles in your body, and they're the ones that enable your leg to swing forward when you're going up steps. So it's really, I mean, they're all involved, but it's really important. That's why we do squats. That's why we do 20 squats or standing up from the chair, because they help you get in and out of the bath, they help you get in and out of the chair, they help you get up and down steps. How many times do you see? I saw a statistic, and I can't remember what it was, but it was quite shocking. And it's something like 75% of women over 50, it was women, but people over 50, have to pull themselves up by the banister when they're going upstairs, rather than just sort of, whoops, falling over the chair here, rather than just going up the stairs. Now, 50 is not old at all. 50 is a child. But if you don't practice these things, you lose them. It's like the post office, use it or lose it. Similarly, when we do this one to get these muscles, or that one if we're standing up to do that one, I might go back to standing up for this one. But they're all interconnected. It's all strength, and that's what you need. The stretching that we do, well, this one that we do, and the upward row, it is strength, but it's flexibility as well. Because if you don't have flexible shoulders, you can't, or strong arms, you can't carry your shopping. I mean, who carries their shopping these days? You take it in the trolley. But you can't get behind to comb your hair, to wash your hair. You can't reach up to high shelves. I've got the dreaded shrinks. I'm half an inch shorter than I used to be, much to the delight of my eldest daughter. So it's more important than ever to be able to stand up, standing on tiptoe, walking on tiptoe, having good balance. As I'm sure I've told you, the biggest cause of death for people over 75 is falling. And it's not the fall itself, because unless you've beat your head or something, you survive that. But it's the complications that arrive if you break your hip bone and you're hospitalized. There's all this sort of stuff that goes with that. So balance is vitally important. So these functional fitness exercises aim to look at strength, flexibility, coordination, all leading to better balance. So I'm looking to increase your strength, increase your flexibility, and definitely get your balance better. And now it's 11 o'clock, and so we're going to start the main body of the exercise. So if anybody is new here, you need a chair. I'm just going to tilt this. I'll tilt this down in a bit. A chair, and if you have it, an exercise band. If you don't have an exercise band, we can always do the exercises, but without the band. As we go through, I'll explain about the chair, when you can use the chair and how to use it. The class is in 3 sessions. There's a warm-up, main body, and then stretching at the end. So when we finish the last exercise, don't go rushing off to put the kettle on. We need to do some stretching. So what we're going to do is we're just going to start. I really hate these videos where people witter on for ages at the beginning. Hang on, let me just put this down a bit. They witter on for ages at the beginning, and you're thinking, get to it, get to it. So we're going to just start by walking on the spot, marching on the spot, very, very simply, very gently, sorry. Use your arms, a slightly exaggerated arm movement to get to your shoulders mobilized. And if you can, walk on your toes and just tiny little steps like that. We don't need to do big steps at all. It's just getting your knees and your ankles and your shoulders mobilized and your muscles warmed up. So we're just going to do 3, 2, 1. And then put your hands on your shoulders. If you've got limited shoulder mobility, just do this to the best of your ability. Don't force anything. And we're going to put hands up by your lug holes, by your ears. If you can get them like that, fine. If you can only get them to there, equally fine. I'm just going to put the camera a bit back. So what you can do is you can keep walking. So you've got dual exercising. You're doing your legs and your ankles and your feet and your shoulders and arms at the same time. How clever is that? Stretch up. Oh, I forgot to turn the heating down. It's getting quite warm now. Down. Push out. Bring your arm in, forward, and back. We're going to do it twice more. So up, down, out, in, forward, back. One more time. Up, down, out, in, forward, back. Just going to turn the heating down. Right, sorry. Right, what are we doing? Right, yes. Still working on the shoulders, warming them up. Put your hand on your, what is it called? Your shoulder. Good heavens, Rosemary. So that your arm is like a wing. Imagine you've got a pencil sticking out of your elbow. So we're going to do 5 big circles back and 5 forward. So we're going to go full range of movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Using the pencil, the imaginary pencil, to draw a circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this one, same again, make sure it's sticking straight out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fabulous. Last one. I really like this one, as you know. It's a very simple exercise. You're just standing up nice and straight, and one arm comes up and the other arm goes back. So one arm is by your ear and the other arm goes back. And you're not going to rock. You're just keeping your back straight. So we're going to go 1, 2. You see my neighbour go down the path with suitcases. 3, maybe too much information. 4, I have more difficulty. 5, Getting my left arm up, 6, 7, then I do my right, 8, which is a sign that I need to do it more, 9, 10. Wonderful. Right, our little routine that we go into. So we're going to just start doing heel digs. And then as we do that, we're going to anchor our elbows and do an opposite arm bicep curl. This is a bicep curl that your arms are doing. We do those later with the bands as well. So 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Next one, we're going to just put the leg out to the side, and at the same time, prayer hands, we're going to push out to the side. When you're doing this, try not to let your knee come in like that, to sort of collapsing. Keep it pointing forward. Keep your hips pointing forward as well. Imagine you've got headlights on your knees and your hips. 3, 2, 1. And then we're just going to take a step back. And at the same time, have your hands here. We're going to push your hands forward. And again, try not to let your knees collapse inwards. Keep those headlights pointing forwards. 3, 2, 1. Last one, we're just going to do a toe tap. And at the same time, we're just going to swing the arm forward. Do a slightly exaggerated swing. Not quite putting your arm sort of horizontal, but maybe to 45 degrees. You can do this on your toes, staying on your toes the whole time, if you want. If it's more difficult, then don't. 3, 2, 1. Splendid. I'm just going to move the chair back because I want it out of the way. So we're going to put all those together because it's great for your coordination and great for your memory. So we'll do it slowly. So we'll go heel dig, and then out to the side, back, and then toe tap. Heel dig, out to the side, back, and toe tap. Heel dig, out to the side, back, toe tap. We'll do it one more time. Heel dig, out to the side, back, toe tap. Right, I'm not going to do the shadow dancing. I'm going to do what the footballers do actually. Who knows, maybe Manchester United will watch this. So it's a sort of twisting one. You're going to take your right foot and put it over your left foot, and then bring your left foot so as it's beside your foot, and then take your right foot and put it behind, and there. So it's over, back. And then when you get to here, because I'm going to be out your picture in a minute, can't do very many steps because of the size of my sitting room. Those of you that live in palaces, feel free to keep going. So then it's left, over, step, behind, step, over, step, behind, step. Okay, so follow me. Right, step, behind, step, over, step, behind, step. And then left, step, behind. So just take little steps and then you'll do more. You can do it a bit faster. How's that? So over, step, back. And then how was that? Do it this way. Turn round. It's good because it twists these things here. So you're going. If you can get a real twist going. Right, that's enough of that. If you're finding it difficult, the foot movements, and be careful, because anytime your foot is going over your other foot, you're unbalanced and there's the possibility of falling. So it's better to do it slowly than do it fast and get all tangled up and fall over, because we don't want you falling over. Right. So, sorry, I'm just going to put this down slightly. One day I'll be able to afford a studio and a camera when I'm a worldwide multi-thingy, what's it, and have lots of money and stuff. So I'll probably, in the next 10 years, I'll be a mere child of 80. Right, enough chit chat. Squats, we're going to start the main body of the exercise now. Squats, remember, do I need to keep doing this? Don't put your knees over. Squatting is sitting without the chair. You've got an eye there, so keep it forward. Don't let your knees come in. Only go down as far as you're comfortable. I'd rather you did it less far down, but with better technique. If you can't do a free squat, chair and stand up without using your arms. When I sit down, look at what my bottom does. It sticks right out. My knees don't go forward. And that's how you sit down in any situation. Swing your arms if you need to do that, or put your hands on your knees. I don't want to discourage anybody from doing this. Whatever way you need to do it is good, because it means that you're still using the muscles. I'm going to do a free squat. We're going to do 10. Technique is all in squats. If your knees are hurting, you're probably going forward and hurting your knees. So, ready? Put your hands out here. So we're going to go down, and then we're going to come up slowly, and just tap your hands behind your back. Up. If you can get out the chair slowly, all well and good. 3. I don't know how many of you are able to do a free squat. 4. Maybe give me some feedback after the lesson and just say yes if you can do a free squat. 5. 6. I have to keep doing the chair thing though, explaining that, because 7. I live in hope that more people will join. 8. 9. Stay there. 10. Well done. I'm going to let you sit down now. We're going to do a row, seated row. So sit in the chair, right at the edge of the chair, legs out in front, straight, toes pulled back. Take your band. If you haven't got a band, never mind. But take your band and loop it over your feet, trying to keep it in the instep so that it doesn't ping off. Sitting up nice and straight. I'm going to change the chair around to show you. Don't you though. So you're sitting on the edge of your chair, your legs are straight, your heels are on the ground and they stay on the ground. you've got quite a lot of tension in the band, so it's a bit more difficult to hold. If you've got different strengths of bands, you could probably use a stronger band for this one because you're using both your arms. So it's not, you know, you can have quite strong both arms. Sitting up nice and straight, all you're doing is pulling your arms back, your elbows back. You're not having them out here or up here. It's not pulling up, it's just pulling back. Try and pretend you've got a pound between your shoulder blades. Squidge it. And then down. 1. And squidge. 2. Your body doesn't move. It's just your arms. 3. See, this is strengthening as well. 4. 5. Each exercise, 6, isn't necessarily related to each daily activity. 7. It's just that your day-to-day life is easier. 8. If you're stronger and fitter. 9. 10. There we go. Oh yes, we're staying in the chair. So, sitting in the chair, put the band under your knees. Again, you could use a stronger band for this if you wanted. Cross the band over. Hold the band in your hands. Hold it tight at the side of your knees. Your hands stay there and they don't move. And then open your knees so that your thighs are parallel. And that's your starting position. And then we're just going to open as far as you can. Hold it there for a couple of seconds. Feel the side of your thighs using those muscles. And close slowly until your thighs are parallel. Don't let your knees touch. And then we're going to go out again. 2. Out. Your feet will probably go onto their side. 4. But they don't sort of move position. 5. Again, a stronger band might be necessary for this. If you just increase the tension, what's that? 5, that's 6. If you just increase the tension, I find the band digs into my knees. 7. Do it the same speed as me, don't do it your own speed. I'm going to hold it there. 8. Out. Ooh, my knees are shaking a bit now. 9. 10. Right, yeah, I could really feel that, particularly on this side today. Keeping your band. If you don't have a band, you can do this movement. Really clench your fist if you need to, but it is better to do it with a band. I can't find any way of doing a bicep curl without using equipment. It's one of the few exercises that I can't find anything for body weight exercise. So standing on your band, having quite a bit of tension, anchor your elbow into your waist. I put it just above my hip bone. And so that you've got, if you have your lower arm about 45 degrees, but have the band so that if you relaxed, it would pull down. So you need to keep the tension there. And it's just closing your arm like that. You're not lifting, your elbow doesn't leave your side. So we're going to do 10. We're going to do 1, nice and slow and controlled. 2, don't let gravity in the band jerk it down. 3, and you can feel this muscle here under tension, that muscle. 4, oh, you've seen my tattoo. 5, 6, 7, 8. It's only your forearm that moves. 9, 10. Well done. And then the other one. Anchor your elbow, make sure the tension is right. I'm going to make that a bit more. And then off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Right, we're going to do one leg balance. So, right, we're going to try something slightly different today. So, first of all, we're going to engage our core. So remember, your core muscles are the corset of muscles around here and also deep inside. They keep your backbone rigid, they stop you falling, collapsing over, but they also allow for movement as well. So if you breathe out, pull your navel into your backbone as hard as you can, pull up your pelvic floor as well, and then relax your muscles, your abdominal muscles slightly. And that's your core engaged. Don't do anything at the moment. I'm going to show you the new bit. If you need to, hold on. It's more important that you don't fall over than that you are able to do this without wobbling. So I'm going to hold on to show you what I want you to do. So pretend we've engaged our core. We're going to go, take our leg, we're going to go 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, rock. 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, woo-hoo, rock. Okay, and we're going to do that 10 times on each leg. So, exhale, pull your navel into your backbone as hard as you can, relax it slightly, hands on hips or on the chair if you need to, and we're going to go 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, rock. 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, rock. That's 2. 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, rock. Just tapping your foot on the floor, not putting any weight on it. That's 3. 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, rock. Note the deliberate mistakes there. 12 o'clock, that's 4. 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, rock. 5, 12, 3, 6, up. 6, 12, 3, 6, up. 7, 12, 3, 6, 8, 12, 3, 6, up. 9, 12, 3, 6, 10. Did you manage that? That was quite hard, I think. How many of you still have to sit down to put your trousers or underwear on? If you can, do it without. You need a bit of flexibility in your back as well, but that's one of the tests of balance, if you can sort of do that. Or taking your socks off. I try and take my socks off like this now. Right, other side. Breathe out. Navel into your backbone as hard as you can. If you can't do 10, just do what you can, because it puts quite a strain on your legs as well. I understand it's quite a strengthening exercise as well as a balancing exercise. But just do what you can. And if you can't do them all, then that's something to aim for. If you can do 10 easy peasy, there's no point in you doing it, because you don't need it. You need to go on to the next stage. Okay, sorry. Exhale. Pull your navel into your backbone as hard as you can. Relax it slightly. Hands on hips or on the chair if you want. And we're going to go 12, 3, 6. That's 1. 12, 3, 6, 2. Using your leg like this unbalances you slightly. 3, 6, 4. 12, 3, 6. 5. I'm unbalancing here. 12, 3, 6, 6, 12, 3, 6, 7, 12, 3, 6. Oh, 8, nearly. 12, 3, 6. 9, last one. 12, 3, 6, 10. Now, if you managed that, that was really good. Even if you only managed half of them, that was really good, because that is not an easy exercise. Some of these exercises are easier than others, but I wouldn't say, I'd like to think this is a fairly challenging session, but doable by everybody. Right, the next one. Give your legs a wiggle, because mine are a bit sore there now. Ooh, 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 ooh. We could do some twerking. Maybe leave that for another day. My daughters are horrified when I try and twerk. If you don't know what twerking is, watch a video of Miley Cyrus. So, what are we doing now? Oh yes, I know, upward row. So if you haven't got an exercise band, what you're doing is you're holding your thumb with your other hand, just so to stop your hands falling apart. Not falling apart, but going apart. And this one, you're pulling, it's the elbows that pull up the hands. Remember, it doesn't matter how far up you get, as long as your elbows are always higher than your hands, and you've got that nice V. If you've got a band, stand on it and cross it over. I'm going to come forward, cross it over, hands together, and we're going up. Try and keep your forearm, your wrist, and your hand as a line. Don't be tempted to do that. If you can only go to there, that's fine. 2, and it's only your arms that move. Don't rock. 3, shoulders nice and relaxed. Don't hunch your shoulders. 4, doesn't matter how high your hands go. Just go to your own capability. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Voice breaking there, it's the emotion. 10. Right, there we go. Right, we're going to do some work. That band's perishing a bit. We're going to do some work on our abs. So, I'm going to sit sideways on the chair. Ooh, I haven't got COVID, I've got a frog in my throat. Sitting sideways on the chair, so that you can hold on to this if you need to. Right, so have quite a bit of chair behind you, as long as your feet are flat on the floor without any difficulty. So if you're taller, you might want to sit back. That would be okay, I suppose. So you're sitting up nice and straight, and you're putting your hands so that your middle finger are just on the top of your kneecap. And then you're just going to lean back slightly, not very much, so that your middle finger is about an inch and a half above your kneecap, but just so that your abs are having to support you. You're not going right back like that, because that can hurt your your back. So just like that. If you need to, you can hold on if you feel that you're going to topple right back. But anyway, we're sitting there, and we're going to just lift legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then sit up. Just have a couple of seconds to relax yourself, to sort of recover. And then we're going to do it again. So we're going to go back. I'm just going to go 1. I can feel this on my abs. 2, if it's hurting your back, Sit forward just slightly. 3. Look at me, I'm not going very far back. 4. You should feel it here. 5. And you might feel it at the tops of your thighs as well. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. I did find that quite tiring, actually. Right. So, we're going to do the triceps, which is this muscle here. This is the one where you have the band over one shoulder. Your other hand is holding it. That sorts out the tension of the band. You don't need a strong band for this one because these muscles are not particularly strong. Have your hand like this, your arm like this. If you've got shoulder mobility problems, start here at the chest. So those of you that have your hand here, I'm going to bend down so that you can see what I'm doing. You're just going to point your hand up to the ceiling. It's not coming forward, it's just your forearm that moves. Those of you that are having a hand here, you're pointing your hand to the floor. Again, it's only your forearm that moves. So, I'm going to do 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Make sure you have enough tension on your band. 4. Here, you can alter it. 5. So that by now, 6. That muscle is starting to feel a bit tired. 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I was quite glad when that one was finished. And then swap over. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoa. Glad that's over again as well. Right, because it's really important. We're going to do another set of 10 squats. I'm not going to say anything, I promise. I'm just going to count and we're going to start now. So, adopt the position, bottom out. We're going to go 1, 2. Do it the same speed as I'm doing it. 3, 4. If you're only going down a little bit, hold it there until I go back up. 5, 6, 7, whoa, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Makes me puff a bit, that. Right. My favourite, not side bends. Just bending to the side. It's easier if your feet are slightly wider than hip width. Bending to the side. Remember, if you're using your hand over your head, which you don't have to do, keep it straight so that you're actually actively engaging those muscles rather than just letting it flop. So, 10 on each side. So, I really do not like this one, but I think it's very, very good for your core. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, scratch my nose, 8, 8, 9, 10. Other side. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, glad that's over. Right. It does help though. I mean, if you do that, you can feel these muscles. These muscles on me are much, much stronger than they were. Right, we're going to do our little routine. So we're going to go heel dig, nice and slowly to begin with, 3 times. Out to the side. Remember the headlights. Forward. Toe tap. Heel dig. Side. Back. Toe tap. One more time. Heel dig. Side. Back. Toe tap. Right, if you have music, put it on, because it's good to do this to music, which probably means you won't be in the same time as I am, but anyway, give it a go. I've got music in my head, as you know. We're going to do it a few times more faster, so that as if there was music, right? So heel dig, side, back, toe tap, 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 heel dig, side, back, toe tap. One more time. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. How was that? Did you manage it all? Right. I'm going to end the class. Free squats, yes. Good, Elizabeth. Elizabeth Robinson as opposed to Elizabeth Ratter. Right. What we're going to do, if I can find my watch, we're going to end the session before the squat, before these stretches. We're going to end the session with 3 20-second bouts of high intensity exercise. So the high intensity exercise is running on the spot like this, tiny little steps like that, but very fast. Don't hunch your shoulders, arms are going like this. I'm going to do it for 20 seconds and then have a rest, 20 seconds rest, 20 seconds rest, then into the stretching. Any adverse physical reactions apart from being a bit breathless and your heart moving a bit, stop immediately. It's totally voluntary, this. It's quite a nice way to end the session. See, after just that, I'm panting. I'm not doing it, obviously, because I have to keep count. It's only 20 seconds, and if I lost count, you might be doing a few more seconds, and that is not a good thing when you're doing high intensity. Anyway, enough chit chat. On your marks, set, go. Tiny little steps, but fast. Get those arms going, but don't hunch your shoulders. I'm watching you. 17, 18, 19, 20. Well done. How was that? Like I say, it's not how fast your heart's going. Well, it is a little bit, but it's how quickly you recover that's a measure of fitness. And as I was explaining, this one never really gets any easier because the fitter you go, the fitter you are, the more welly you give it. But you will notice that you recover more quickly. The 20 seconds doesn't seem to go any faster. Just to let you know, this one won't ever get any easier, simply because as you get fitter, like I say. Right. Ready for the second one? You're not having much recovery time, I'm sorry. If we had all the time in the world, we would have a sort of minute recovery or 30-second recovery. But there we go. So on your marks, set, go. "17, 18, 19, 20. 20 seconds is a long time when you're doing that, isn't it? It's quite a long time when you're just watching, looking at your watch, waiting for it to pass. I'm sure Einstein would have something to say about that. You see, you get everything here. You get information about fitness, information about, we discuss relativity, sarcopenia. Every day is a school day. Right, last one, give it some welly. See if you can do, if you haven't been able to do the whole 20 seconds, see if you can do the whole 20 seconds. But don't overdo it. I don't want people passing out all over the place. Are you ready? On your marks, set, go. "17, 18, 19, 20. There you go. Now, as always, just as you're recovering, before we start the stretching, can I just remind you that if you've enjoyed the session, you can buy me a coffee. The link is in the discussions bit underneath the video. And you should probably have the link by now. But anyway, if you want to, buy me a coffee, but there's no obligation. But there we go. That's all I wanted to say about it. I don't want to labour the point. Right, so are you recovering? What we'll do is we'll start with calf stretches. So get your chair. You're not moving much in this one, so you can recover while you're doing it. Both feet pointing forwards. Just check that they're both pointing forwards. Back leg straight, front leg bent, heels on the ground. This back leg particularly, the heel must be on the ground. Doesn't really matter what the front leg's doing at the moment. But both feet pointing forwards, just leaning forward. You feel the stretch behind the calf at the top of your calf, at the top of your lower leg. The more you lean, the straighter your leg, the more you lean, the further out your leg, and the more you lean, the better the stretch, or the fiercer the stretch. But don't do it too much. I was once pushing a car like this, and I don't know what I did. Didn't snap, but pinged the big thigh muscle, the gastrocnemius. Felt like a rubber band had gone off in my leg. Bend your back knee slightly. Your heel will come off the ground. You should feel the stretch moving down into your Achilles. Yeah, it wasn't a pleasant feeling like an elastic band is pinged in your leg. And then switch legs, same thing. Just check that your feet are both pointing forwards, because if you move your feet, sometimes they tend not to do what you think they're doing. Bend your back knee. Get your heel off the ground. Okay, right, we're going to do the quadriceps here. So grab your shoe, your whatever bit you can around your ankle, your trouser leg, whatever, if you can. Standing up nice and straight, knees together if you can. It's less of a stretch that way. If you can't do that, do dynamic stretching. Put your hands behind your back. See if you can kick your hands. I'm going to do static stretching, so we're going to stand here for a bit. This is not a balance. This is not a balance exercise, but if you want to practice your balance, you can. Take any opportunity you can. If you're doing to sort of practice the exercises we've done. So, for example, switch legs. Dynamic stretchers, keep doing this. And we'll do this one. Yeah, so for example, if you need to pick something off the floor, and we do all the time, particularly if we've got dogs or small children, stay static stretching. Don't move. If you need to pick something off the floor, let's just get a dog's toy. Oh, look at that untidy floor. Bend down like that to get it, rather than bending down like that. Use the opportunity to practice your squats. Similarly here, use the opportunity to practice balance. Okay? Now we're going to do the hamstrings on the back of the leg. Sitting forward in the chair. Knees at 90 degrees, ankles under your knees, sitting up nice and straight. One leg goes out, toe pulled back, nice and straight. Lean forward from the hips rather than the waist. And then sit up. And do the other side. So standing up, sitting up nice and straight. Lean forward from the hips, not the waist. Okay. Standing up. Arms out straight out at shoulder height. Palms forward. Round the tree like that, rather than like that. And then just dip your head. And then if you can, interlink your hands behind your back. If you can't, just try and get your elbows together like that. But if you can interlink them, just lift them a bit. And that gives us a stretch across our chest. Okay. Hand up, down the back. If you have mobility problems with your shoulders, just leave this one out. And you're going to pull this back so that you're stretching this bit here. So we did the tricep, this one, the tricep exercise. This is now stretching that tricep. I'll show you there. That's what it looks like from the back.